What's up, guys? It is your favorite freaking 158-pound limp noodle coming back again for a quick update on TA because I'm on my lunch break right now, and looking at the chart, we have a pretty significant looking bottom out that I'm actually liking quite a bit, and I wanted to just take this time to give you a couple different levels that I'm particularly watching and that are significant on the chart. So we're gonna go over that. I'm gonna give you a brief update on the Ortex data because we are actually seeing an increase in the overall short interest. I want to go over Stonko tracker, which is going to show you how many available shares there are to borrow, as well as about how many call options are in the money, put options are in the money, etc., etc., etc. You can take a look at all that sort of stuff, but there has been some changes, and I haven't updated this information in a while. So let's get into this. As you all know, blah blah blah. I'm not a financial advisor, not financial advice. Do what you got to do, right? The best advice that I could give to anybody is only invest what you are willing to lose, so that you are comfortable if this went down to a penny, and your life is better off if this goes to the freaking to the Pluto land. So what we have rocking here on the short interest is a big fat nasty looking George W on days to cover. Days to cover, in case you do not know, is short interest divided by some sort of time frame, and in this case it is 3 months. And the days to cover being this high is actually higher than it was back before we had the massive run up to 72 back in June. And that is, significant information because days to cover shows you how difficult it is for shorts to get out with the current amount of liquidity getting pushed in and out of the stock on any given day. So that's good. And on top of that, the shorts decided they wanted to get out not just a shovel, not even a big shovel, not even an even bigger shovel. They decided to get out the whole goddamn forklift and dig up a 20-foot grave because the short interest is at 17.16%. A borrowed change of 2.55 million shares on the day, up 2.82%. And as we all know, guys, right? Obviously, there are some shorts that are profitable right now. We can't bullshit ourselves. You got to look at the chart and recognize and admit that we've been in a downtrend for a while, right? But this is ammunition, and it is a step in the right direction in terms of shorts piling into this and cycling into this as we've seen in the past, and that does drive up that days to cover ratio, making it more difficult when momentum comes back for shorts to get out of positions in a positive way. Because as we know, we've seen it before, I can almost guarantee we'll see it again. There are going to be some stupid silly chickens out there that get clapped on the booty cheeks, on the wiener, on the nipples, and they're going to come away and they're going to say, "Ow, you clapped my booty cheeks and my wiener and my nipples," and I don't feel that bad. It is what it is. Stonko tracker, quite a few shares available to borrow, right? 5.7 million total. I would not be surprised if some shorts, maybe a marginal amount, as we can see here by the Ortex data, looking at the live updates, exited positions today. You have about 2.61 million total borrowed shares and 61,000 total return shares. Not a lot, right? You look at the overall volume on the day, you're looking at what appears to be about 36 million. So it is still low, but it is higher than we saw yesterday. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some potentially very, very slim amount that push the price action up, but the majority of what you're seeing here today is just buying pressure. And having this many shares available to borrow, as you can see by Stonko tracker, it's just basically one of those like, hey, come on, let's come in. Why don't you short this at the absolute bottom? Why don't you short this when the RSI is as low as it's been in literally months? Come on, bait. This is essentially different brokers, whether it's individual brokers or it's brokers meant for institutions, right? This is them baiting. They want to make some money. The fee is super low. The amount of shares to borrow are super high. That's dangerous waters, and I actually don't mind seeing that. And then we're going to come over here to the actual charts. A couple different things that I've seen, right? I want to show you the 4-hour chart. What I see here is what I would consider to be a speed line, an ascending level of support. Now, what do I mean by this? Why is this significant? Well, if you come back here to way back in what appears to be April, you have a couple different touch points that are significant. Acting as resistance, acting as resistance, acting as resistance, acts as resistance here, and it breaks that specific level. And then if you fast forward quite a bit of time, what you'll notice is that you got to bounce on that specific speed line. You can see that it bounced there twice, forming what I would like to call a pretty nice U shape, almost like a George W looking setup. And with that being said, if you change over to the 1 hour, you can also see quite a few wicks that have rejected off of this green box. I would call this a demand zone. A demand zone meaning this is a specific zone of price action where buyers made it a point to step in to push the price back up. Typically, you see volatility in the opposite direction once you enter a demand zone. And you can see that we've been bouncing around quite a bit today. You come to the 5-minute candles on the daily, the intraday chart, and it has been volatile, right? We had a push back down and a double bottom, a George W setup here, just waiting for that neckline break at about 31.33 at that level of $27. I'm not guaranteeing you that this is the absolute bottom, but that is a very solid reversal setup in terms of where things are sitting right now. So I like that a lot, right? Other things to watch for. We're going to change this back to the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, you also have a speed line. Another speed line doing a downside level of resistance setup where you have sort of this downwards channel, right? Where it's just consistently sold off over and over and over again. The first speed line is going to be right here, right? It would be acting as the downside level of support, and breaking that is going to be significant. You can see that it rejected off of that level right here. I just drew this up literally right now so you can see how well these levels are respected. And breaking that's going to bring you up to the next one. So if we were to come back up and retest this, you're looking at that 31 to 3150-ish range to come back up to what I'd consider to be the 33-34 range and back into potentially some sort of chop, right? I'm not going to say bull cycle, but I am going to say bottom, maybe consolidation, getting ready for potentially a next move to the upside, because as we saw here, right, it was pretty bearish. We had a gnarly sell-off. This is drastically oversold. This is the first time that the RSI has touched 31 literally since before it was at $1.91. Think about that. Think about how oversold this is, guys. This is oversold to not even to the teats. There's got to be teats that are bigger than teats. It's like Aphrodite's teats. That's how oversold this is, right? It's pretty gnarly. There's going to be a bounce here. There is. I don't know if it's going to be at the end of the day today. I don't know if it's going to be heading into tomorrow, but this is a nice sign of a reversal and a nice sign of a pretty solid buying opportunity, to be absolutely frank with you, if you're interested in doing that. So that's kind of what I got for this update. I want to give you some information, hopefully pull some value from that. Hopefully you guys are all chilling. You enjoy the rest of your day. I got to go to a meeting in about freaking 15 minutes here. So I'm gonna go hit the rack. Yeah. Catch you on the next one. Much love, like taps. Peace.